is Norbert, and today I'm talking to Sean Kopen. Hey, Sean, great to have you here.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you very much for inviting me on.
Yeah, absolutely. So happy to talk with you about e-commerce. Let's give us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I've been with my company right now, The Brick, for about 5 years. I've been in e-commerce for about 5 years now. Before that, is an agency side, a lot of digital advertising, content strategy, and content marketing. Spend a lot of my time trying to help customers do great things online. Uh, I really enjoy it. And outside of that, I'm kind of a geek when it comes to some gaming and some music and stuff like that. But for the most part, I seem to live at work these days. It feels like.
Oh, great. Tell me a bit about your agency time.
Yeah, I was a part of one of the first digital agencies in the city that I'm from here in Edmonton in Canada, and it was kind of a fun place to really start learning about technology and how to make great websites. I started up the content strategy and the search engine optimization department for that group as well. After being in sales for many years, took that as about as far as I wanted to, and then was looking for bigger and better things, and started playing around with client side work, and that's how I ended up
Hmm.
with the Brick.
Yeah, great. And so you started to get into e-commerce.
Yeah, it was kind of by chance. I mean, I was looking for a
Yeah.
great opportunity to be in digital marketing, and I mean, this opportunity popped up, and the company took a bit of a chance on me. I didn't have a ton of experience in that space, just a lot on the digital side.
Uh-huh.
Partnered up with some really good people that had operational and sales experience here with where I'm at, and we were able to really get a lot of things accomplished. So it was a great opportunity, and one that has taught me a lot.
Uh-huh. And what is the brick doing? What are you selling?
Yeah, we're the biggest home furnishing retailer in Canada. So
Oh,
we are
wow.
all kinds of different types of furniture, appliances, electronics. We've been around for 50 years. This will be our 50th year this year, so that's really exciting for us. So yeah, we're a pretty big player here in Canada.
Oh, wow. And how is the online business working for you? So, you said it's since 5 years in
Yeah,
the e-commerce business. How furniture is it something difficult in e-commerce to sell because of the transports, or
yeah,
is it
yeah, yeah.
common already?
It's getting way more common, I would say. Canada lags behind some other countries when it comes to e-commerce penetration, so we're a bit slower on that front. But how much we've grown really speaks to the more comfort customers are having with shopping for online product.
Hmm.
We also have a lot of stores. I mean, we have 200 stores across Canada, so people are
Yeah,
using the
wow.
website to be able to look at the product, go into a store, try the product, and then they can go at home and then buy it when they're comfortable. So we have that option. We're not a pure online organization, and there's a lot of challenges for companies that are like that. But like as an example, mattresses. We sell mattresses. There's a ton of online only mattress companies now. Customers are more and more comfortable to buy digital than they ever have been, and that's just going to continue to grow.
Yeah, I've seen that you have six distribution centers and over 6,000 employees.
Yeah, we're a pretty big company. I mean, we
Wow.
came from bricks and mortar. We started
Yeah.
very small out the west side of Canada and grew as to the size that we are now. And having those distribution centers and that footprint gives us a big advantage against a lot of people that we compete with, and that
Yeah.
you can get customer service easily. Our fulfillment is our team. It's our trucks. It's not somebody just dropping on your doorstep and running. We can actually have a white glove delivery. There's a lot of things that we have advantages because of the way we've built our company.
Uh, what's your e-commerce stack?
We are running on Shopify right now as our
Hmm.
e-commerce engine, which was something we changed to a couple of years ago after we ran into a lot of challenges scaling with our previous provider, which was a proprietary solution. And we started getting really big, really fast in terms of traffic and demand. And we found that tool, though it comes with its own challenges, it was able to keep up with the sheer volume of traffic and interest that we're driving right now.
Hmm. And what else do you use around Shopify? So do you have any APIs utilized? Do you get the orders somewhere to the distribution centers? How do you manage
Yeah.
that automation all around?
Yeah, a lot of that is custom made, and I wish it was
Yeah.
easy to say we just plugged in this one tool and it magically works for us. Our company is unbelievably complicated, and there's some old technologies we have on the ERP side that manage a lot of our business intelligence, the fulfillment or inventory, customer order, uh, the point of sale. All that stuff's based off some pretty old tools, and we've got very new tools on e-commerce. So we've had to make some really fancy plugins and APIs that are actually going to be able to pass that information without just crashing everybody's systems with the amount of calls we need to make.
Yeah, I fully understand that. Are you still on an AS400 or?
Yeah, I couldn't say for sure. We're going back into some areas that aren't in my purview, but we're running on
Yeah.
some pretty old pieces on the business side of things for sure.
And are you also selling on other platforms or pricing portals, marketplaces?
No, we've looked at that a little bit. We've not gone down that path. I mean, it's stuff we've mulled over in the past. Should we be getting on, and should Amazon be selling our product or putting it onto these other places? We found that to not necessarily provide the opportunities we want. We've got great fulfillment. It doesn't give us too much more than we already have. And it also became very interesting for us very quickly to see other brands that have done that, find their products copied, and before you know it, they're no longer relevant to those resellers. So we've really wanted to capitalize on the values we provide from the brick, and a lot of that's not just the product; it's the service, the fulfillment, the
Mhm.
financing offers we can have, delivery, fleet. There's a lot of things we can offer that we can't promise to a customer if we're going through a reseller of some sort.
Yeah, this is something that I could fully understand, especially when I see the size of your company. It doesn't make sense to be on a marketplace in that case because the customers know you anyway.
Yeah, we've got a very strong brand identity, and there's more interest actually right now as a business to expand our footprint into other products, maybe outside of our background. We're doing a lot of exploration in B2C, what we can do around drop shipping and some of those models. There's a lot of brands that we work with that want to work with us for their extended assortments, and that's where e-commerce becomes extremely powerful. You only fit so much product on a floor, but on the website, it can go as far as you want. And so there's more interest in building out our brand reputation, getting more customers to come and see us as the place to go for all their home furnishing needs.
Yeah. You are on Shopify Plus, I assume, right?
Yep.
Or yeah,
Yes.
thought that. Do you have any specific person in the team that is focused on operations?
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a very important thing for me when I started in e-commerce that I had somebody with decades of experience in operations as part of my team with our company, so we could really understand how to better integrate these fancy tools we're trying to make on our side to actually how the business operates, and ultimately how the customer expects to be served by our brand. I think that was something that was really important to us. So I have somebody that's fully dedicated to operational support, and then we also have multiple people on the team with a lot of customer experience or
Mm,
store side experience, so that they can help with any type of conversations as we connect to the greater business.
mm. And what are you doing that your customers have a constant, awesome experience across all your channels? So it's always difficult if you have local stores and an online store, and you need to have the same or even a better experience online. How do you manage that?
Yeah, it's actually a big game of catch up. I mean, we've spent decades working on building a great customer experience in our stores with really knowledgeable sales teams, service agents there to make sure that you're taken care of. So the website, when I got here, I called it a vending machine. It's just where you go to plug in your dollars and get a sofa. Didn't really do a lot more than that. So we've done a lot of work over the last few years to help
Yeah.
customers through the buying journey. We've got a lot of promotions. How do you understand the promotion? How do you find the right product? How do you understand the value of what it is that you're buying? Connecting the dots with the different types of experiences we can provide online. Chat, something we've just started getting into, and something that we're really going to be escalating next year to try and do a better job of. I think we offer some great expertise. People want to count on our brand, and the people with our brand help give them advice on the right product when they're just not there to be that vending machine. So we're looking at ways to integrate this great store experience and tie it in with what we can do online through either passive experiences of selection tools or great content, or something more active like a chat or appointment generation where we can take that great knowledge base from our teams and connect it to an online customer.
Hmm. And you need to rely a lot on automation. So, what role do you think is automation playing in terms of operations for e-commerce store owners?
Yeah, automation is, we wouldn't work without it. I'd have to have such a huge team. And I've got some sister companies that don't have the level of automation that we do. And I can have a sense of how big that would be if we weren't doing it. So that in order, like inventory management as an example, is an unbelievably challenging aspect of our business. We have distribution centers, we have trucks and we have trains, we have stuff on barges crossing the sea right now. All that stuff's connected in with availability dates and best projections when somebody can get the product. So for somebody to be able to go to our website and say, hey, I can get the sofa in 2 weeks, it's not a guess. I mean, we have a ton of information to know where that product actually is and
Yeah.
how long it would take to get to our location, to get on a truck, to get to that customer, and to have it on the doorstep when we say it will. I mean, that there's a massive amount of automation required to be able to provide that level of experience. And that's something that we think is an advantage of ours, because we control so much of the entire process from start to finish with the customers. We can give that certainty. It's not, hey, buy this, and we'll try to get it to you in a month or something. We can actually provide a level of certainty around that. So the availability of product, where our trucks are, all that stuff is all automated in order to provide one simple date that somebody can pick on our website. That's pretty substantial. And obviously that gets inserted into the system, and then that also has to get processed and put into place so that somebody at a store level could serve that customer. And something unique to our business is we don't have a call center for the eCom team. We're driving millions and millions and millions of dollars of sales online, but I don't have a team of 20 people sitting around phones helping customers. The stores are responsible for managing all of our customer sales. So those stores have to have access to the information to support that customer well. So there's so much automation in our business to make sure that the thousands and thousands of transactions we're doing every week just seem simple, seamless, and clean. Like there's
Yeah.
just so much work that goes into making that happen.
How did the COVID pandemic affect your ecom?
Oh, well, it looked great for ecom. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't.
it is.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people struggle through that time, and I've got a
Yeah.
lot of compassion and sympathy for the individuals that were challenged. We were able to get our business set up as an essential service so that we could support people that needed appliances or things to sleep on, depending on what the circumstances were. And a lot of people weren't necessarily comfortable to go into stores. So
Mm,
e-commerce saw a huge lift, like hundreds and
yes.
hundreds of percents lift. And we're actually still doing pretty good considering things have normalized a bit in Canada. We're still up quite considerably. So e-commerce, benefited, but I think the only reason it benefits is we set ourselves up to really help customers well. As an example, rather than just close all of our stores when we had to and lay everybody off, we actually took a lot of our really seasoned professionals at our store level and turned them into chat agents. And so
Hmm.
they could work with customers to better help them find the right product during times when there was lockdown. So it
That's great.
forced us to be innovative very quickly. I think we probably could have done a better job, and there's a lot of learnings from that. But I think as a company, we did well. And even looking at this year when a lot of companies are struggling to get by, I mean, we've recovered all the sales we lost during that period just by being a good, strong brand with good customer service.
Cool. Do you use, because you mentioned chat, do you use chatbots as well, or is this something that you're trying to implement?
I'm going to be trying to implement. It's a definite 2021, early 2021. We're looking at some new technologies for that,
Yeah.
and it's difficult to express how much volume we get in customer service questions. I mean, you can call a store, you can email our service lines, you can chat with an agent, you can go on social media. There's so many different elements of which people can interact with us. So I really propose to the business this year to implement more sophisticated chat tools that include things like botting. There's a lot of questions that could be answers for customers, as simple as, hey, what are your store hours, or where's my order at, that shouldn't require taking somebody to be able to answer. Whereas we have other questions where if somebody wants to know, hey, what's the right mattress for me? That could
Yeah.
be a 12-minute conversation. We need to be able to use our time intelligently when it comes to these agents we have. If we want to, keep quality agents in there, not just have a bunch of, minimum wage people working chat that aren't going to be satisfied and providing a great experience. So it's a lot of automation we want to do in chat.
Cool. Um, you said already chat will be a focus. So what else? What else is the focus for 2021, ending 2020, next year? What is the focus in terms of operations? What do you plan to do to make it better?
Yeah, we had a few shortcomings we saw this year. COVID played into that as well. Like inventory was a really difficult thing for us to work through because a lot of our processing plants overseas were shut down or things weren't being transported. So a lot of customers were buying stuff, but getting them their product was a challenge. So then we might not be able to fix that. That just might be a reality of our lives. But how we communicate fulfillment more effectively, how do we help people understand the circumstances that they're in and provide more transparency to where their product is or that expectation, that's something we really want to work on so that we can get, people happier about their purchase. They might hopefully at least understand, even if they have to wait longer, they're not going to be disappointed. And then there's a lot we want to be able to do around B2C, as I mentioned, so we can get better integrations with some of our partners. We can go, straight to customer. That's a really big one for us. I could probably spend a couple of hours just talking about that whole side of things. But the last one that's something that's important to us as a business to be able to connect eCom and stores better. So if I can see great product online, can I pick it up today? If it's sitting in somebody's store, I should be able to buy that online and pick it up today. Like those are simple things that we're just really trying to round on. But when we have really old systems on one side and really new systems on the other, being able to create some of those store to online integrations is an interesting challenge, but it's a huge opportunity for us with all these stores we have to be able to see that there's a TV on the floor right now that you can buy. That doesn't seem, you can't see that as a customer online right now. You've got to have waiting days for that stuff. And so there's just missed opportunities and opportunities when you were talking about to wow our customers, provide a great experience. That's really it is. It's just simplicity and convenience. And then there's a lot of, low hanging fruit there for us to be able to go after.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, well, you seldom have time to go after the low-hanging fruits. There's so much work to do all around the day, so it seems to be very complicated to get things done, really. So,
Sure, it can be. I think that there's the good thing about being in e-commerce. It's always evolving. Like I don't see any end to the work. My to-do list is massive. It's not getting
yep.
any smaller. So it makes me feel really great to be in the space that I'm in and working with a company that's, passionately committed to growing that side of things. So I don't have to go and, sell a lot of people onto why we're doing and why it matters. It's made my job a lot easier.
Yeah. My last question for today. Who has taught you the most about e-commerce in your career?
Yeah, when I saw that question there, I was thinking, man, there isn't somebody I can really put a name to, and that's a bad thing. Probably, I probably need more mentors in my life there, because where I came into this, there's not like somebody in e-commerce higher than me in this organization that's acting as a mentor to teach me about that stuff. But I had some really great people within this organization that have been here for many years that taught me a lot about customer experience and operations. And though that's not necessarily specifically in e-commerce or anything about technology, there's a human side to what we're trying to do online as well. And so there's a lot of individuals within the group that I've been able to work with that gave me a far better appreciation of what that customer expects and how then we can use technology to fit inside of that. I could think of several names within this organization that have done that for me. And even though it's not specifically e-commerce, that's the best I could think of. But it just made me think I got to find a couple of mentors, maybe an e-commerce side. There's probably so much to learn that maybe I'm not capitalizing on right now.
Yeah, don't worry. I had a lot of answers just telling me Google.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Is I have this problem. Okay, well, I had written down that really the hallmark of our team is innovation. Like, a company's not just got a blank check for e-com to go and buy whatever technology you want to hire, 1,000 people. We got to go make it. We got to go figure out how to do it. And so we've had a lot of great people on my team that we've grown quite a bit over the years that are here and love their work because it's challenging them to go and be excellent and to find solutions to problems that don't exist. Like Shopify is a great platform, but it's not designed for the company of our size. We've had to do a lot of funky things to it to make it work and do it. And it's working successfully, but we needed
Perfect.
great, innovative people here that can do that for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, thank you very much. Was a great time with you, Sean. And as I heard again, automation is the key to success. In e-com, it's not only marketing that, of course, you need to do as a shop owner, and getting your product presented the right way and have the supply chain managed, but automation is really something that helps you grow and makes things a lot easier. You can focus on a lot of other things. And as I heard it as well, for your plans in the next year to bring the low-hanging fruits, so the goods that are in your local stores online so that the people can pick it up, it's again something that you need to automate and again, the keys to success. So thank you very much. It was a great time.
Yeah, I
Stay safe.
absolutely appreciate you giving me the ring. And anytime, I loved having the conversation. You have yourself a great day. All right.
Thank you. You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.